Hello guys and welcome to the new video. A long time we didn't see each other. We had a lot of work. We were working on the new update of the Breakthrough HUD. The update is almost done. Today I will be playing with the new update. We will release it in the next few days and I have some announcements for you and we can then start the action. First, let me tell you the new things we added into the HUD. We improved the multi-way pop-up. It's one of the crucial pop-ups in the game because almost nobody in the pool plays the multi-way in the right way. So it's definitely really a lot of EV to game from multi-way pots. And if you did see my league finder, you saw how much better than pool I'm doing in the multi-way pots. That's because multi-way pop-up will give you just really good informations and you will know exactly the strategy of your opponents and you'll basically have the easy job playing it. We did add also something that you wanted us to add, your ideas. You wanted, when you have a lot of sample and players, you basically want to see a lot of last hands, last showdowns, and we add the last showdowns across basically all most important lines: 3-bet pots, 4-bet pots, check raise pot, single raise pot. So we did all the last lines. I'm just turn off so it doesn't bother us. Okay, just let me see. So if you see the sounds, I apologize. Okay, and we'll also slowly start the action. Okay. So basically that you have all of the last hands that are maybe important for the strategy and across most important lines. We also did add a lot of new lines, new definitions, stats in some advanced lines that I think it's very that are very important and can be important in game. And also today I'm gonna show you the difference with my results when I play without sample. Basically when I start playing on iPoker, when I start playing on Poker Stars, basically on any site when I start playing, I had a lot of problems. It was bad run also, but without any sample you basically have to play general and you will never get high win rates from general strategy. So that's the first thing. High win rates are basically linked to exploit poker. So if you can exploit your opponents, then there is definitely, we're gonna donk here on table number 4. I think pretty clear donk. And we're gonna donk it. I want to say basically that high win rates are linked to high exploitive style of poker. So the goal is to gather all the possible information you can get from your strategy of your opponents and then pound on their leaks and mistakes. That's the crucial thing. And we have clear call. Okay, we're gonna also add, I hope, more 6 max tables. If not, we'll start from the heads up. Okay, let me see. We're gonna check here on table 1. We're gonna call here. We're gonna call a pot size bet here. He's going with pot with the straight, really interesting. Okay. I'm gonna check. So guys, whenever I started playing a new site, before 4 years, I moved on. I'm gonna go pot until number 1. fold on table number 4, call on table number 5. Okay, and let's check table number 5. So whenever I start a new site, when I started with 0 sample, there was always really a lot of problems for me in like few months next when I started. It's always, yeah, it's question of run. Of course, run has a lot of with it, but the thing is like playing general strategy is never a high win rate. It's gonna be always like that. The most highest win rate comes from the most highest possibility of exploiting your opponents. And whenever I started on playing on stars, first 200k hands I was slightly winning, and after I finished my sample on stars, I finished with 9 BBs in EV after it. When I started playing an iPoker, when I moved from stars, first 350k hands I was breaking even, and it was always like that. And the reason is, when you don't have a sample, you will always be like playing a general strategy. Yes, of course, you can be maybe the good players will also have the good pool exploit strategy, so they can be exploiting more in that matter if they know how the pool play. But then you also have to have a sample for that. So if you know how the pool play, you can make exploit based on your pool. It's much less accurate than when you have the individual exploits. But definitely it's also something like it's better than general strategy. But most high EV and highest win rate come from the individual exploits. And if you can manage individual and pool exploits, that would be a nice situation. That would be like ideal combination. And with Breakthrough HUD, you can do both. We add the new league finder options, like you can see that in my previous videos, where we have the new league finder 2.0 ultimate, when you will have basically, we're gonna block here. In the new league finder, you have like a lot of stats, spots from single rate spot, all the positions, where you can see your leaks, you can see leaks of your opponents, leak of your pool, and then you can compare yourself to anybody, and then you can see exactly how much money you're winning in certain lines, where you're struggling, where you can lift up your winnings, and we're going to call it table number 5. So definitely great feature. And now we are also continuing. We will expand the league finder also in the future. And yeah, okay. I'm gonna fold against this guy. I marked him as a need, so I'm gonna call here and add one more table, and we can start playing. Okay, and going big on table here. Check here, check here. Okay, guys, I think I'm ready. We have 6 tables. We have introduction. We have all the things we need, so we can start the session. I'm going to tell you a couple more things. I'm also planning a new video series, and it will be really short, like 10 minutes videos, where I will break down one hand by video. And okay, we're gonna go check here. One hand by video, where I will show the hand that is played completely un-GTO wise, and then we will also compare it to the solver, and you will actually see by playing it that way. Okay, we're gonna go overbet here. He still has pocket 9s in the range, but we're gonna go like this. Check here and fold there. Check back here. Don't like this. Guy is huge in it. Okay. Check back here. Against him I'll fold, but he reps basically pocket 5s, 10s and 9s. Let me just see a hand again. Okay. The pocket 9s can be a problem. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna tribute this. Okay, now I forgot where I stopped. Yeah, about the new series. So it's gonna called basically Breakthrough Crush the GTO, because by playing the hand on GTO based on some infos and some reads about our opponents, we basically change our strategy into playing more profitable in that spot than if we would play GTO. Because basically playing GTO, we have a clear call. I mean, we can bluff jam also. I'm gonna call it off this time. Okay. Because by playing GTO, you are basically, GTO is defensive strategy. You are trying not to lose EV, but first of all, you're not playing against perfect opponents, so you should be playing attacking strategies. And the most attacking strategy is max exploit strategy. So the key to have a huge win rate is to get to know your opponents really good, to have the best possible informations that you can get from them, and then use that and exploit the leaks in their strategy. So that's the most profitable way to be playing. To have that, you have to have a really good information, really good reads, and that's why I made my HUD that it can give you information about any possible spot in your opponent range. All the HUD is made like that is showing you every part of your opponent range, and then you also have the color code system based on the GTO and MDA, where you will see where your opponent, how your opponent is adjusting in one way or another. Is he more tighter, more passive than GTO and MDA, or is he more aggressive and more loose? So that's the basically, and you have that on all spot for all situations in the HUD. And yeah, that's the key for big win rates. And I have that proven, because every time I play without sample, it's a lot of struggle, and when I get sample, it's doing a lot better. Okay, we're gonna go. If we are betting, I think we need to wrap a 2-pair here. If we are betting, we have to wrap basically 2-pair plus. So we're gonna overbet the turn. I mean, we can also we have two sizes basically. We're gonna also have we're gonna have hands like Jack 8, Jack 9. We can bet these hands. We're gonna have Jack X of hearts. So we can have like half pot and overbet, because a lot of we're gonna have straights. We have deuce 4 suited. We have 4-7 suited in the range. So we definitely can have an also an overbet size, because he's going to be pretty capped, and we're going to have sets. We're going to have 2-pair. We're going to have straights, so we can attack his range in this situation with overbet. So I would mix like medium size and overbet size here in this spot. Okay, Okay, we're gonna check back table number 6. We're gonna call the river. I'm not gonna value bet it. Guy's passive, aggression only 23, so he's gonna check a 9. We have a clear check back, and that's basically it. And I have also task for you. I was speaking with the owner of the HUD store, and Nick. We made a video about how we hacked GG, where we gave basically a blueprint how the GG pool plays in the 3-bet pots. And I mean, we get a lot of comment on that video. A lot of people like it. I got also a warning from GG. I don't know if it's because of that video or not, but I showed that warning on the on my Discord, where they sent me a warning that I'm using a illegal software, and that can be hurting their software. And that's what they wrote. I made a screenshot, and GG is, I mean, I don't know how to say, really weird site, let's say it like that. Really weird pool, also playing a lot different than other pools. I would say a lot weaker pool compared to the Stars pool, but generally definitely special pool. So me and Nick are thinking about also making a series about how to exploit any GG pool, and we can go also through my league finder option of the breakthrough HUD into the super details, and we can make a smaller videos of part by part, like we're gonna go blind word today on GG on NL 2K, for example, how to exploit them as a small blind or as a big blind, and that's also the plan. So if you want to see that, first like the video, give a thumbs up so we can grow the channel, so video can go make a higher impact, and also then please share in your give your opinion in the comments. Say what you want to see, which limit you want to see us giving a blueprint. Maybe you want to go higher stakes, mid stakes, lower stakes, and we will do that piece by piece and make it like cut down in few videos, and going through like single race pots, blind wars, 3-bet pots, 4-bet pots, squeezed pots, basically whatever you want to see. Big blind versus button. Basically, we're open for all ideas. We are calling here now. And on table number 4, we don't have a sample on him, but it looks like a fish, so and now I think we just have to overbet it as a bluff in this situation, and we look strong. We are not good. So yeah, I'm gonna just turn it into bluff. He's gonna give us respect here for sure, so. When he goes spot and checks, he goes polar on the flop and check behind, he's gonna be basically, I think he's gonna mostly check fold. So I'm really afraid of him because when he called pot in the multi-way, he's gonna have hand like, always like a hand like an ace 10, ace 7, ace 8 type of hand. So definitely fold him out is what we want to do. And we look basically like bluffless, like it's really hard what we can bluff here. We are not calling like pocket queens, pocket kings. So pretty hard for us to find bluffs. So this is the one I like to have. Okay, we're gonna go 7 here. Okay. We're gonna call deuces. Folding everything else. And yes, guys, basically that's the whole plan. Tell us what you want to see, and I will try to make that happen. And we'll make series of that videos. If you have any more ideas, I'm open to hear them. Give your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, looking forward to hear them, and I will give my best if we can make it happen. The good news is that Nick can give us the sample. We're gonna go over bet immediately here on table number 6. Nick can give us the sample of all hands basically that we're playing this year and last year. So we can have the best possible sample because you're gonna have all hands that were played on the GG, and for really good quality analysis you need to have the best sample, and we can have that. So that's a really good thing. So our analysis will be accurate, and it's gonna have best possible informations. So yeah, I'm open basically for what you guys want to see. We'll make that happen. Okay, let's get back into the action today. We're gonna check king 8-4. We can bet small. We can also check call here. Let's see. We're gonna check call. Table number 3. Let's see. We don't have much of the sample. He folded everything basically till now. Going half pot here, and I think I'm gonna go with an overbet here. I'm gonna go here as a check call again. Looks really passive. We're just gonna jam it. I think he would probably overbet the turn with a hand like a set. So he looks like a king queen here. Okay, he did have a pocket fours. Nice. He then probably doesn't play with the orbit. Yeah, he doesn't even play with the orbit range. Okay. Then it has sense. Because generally when you're stabbing king 4-8, you want to basically stab with an orbit. Because it is the spot like you're gonna do a lot of checking as in position, so you're gonna stab more polarized range. And whenever you're stabbing a more polarized range, you want to use a bigger size because you're not gonna stab much. So he should be stabbing 125 a lot, and he's doing 1/3. 1/3 is also like, you can have this strategy of 1/3 and overbet also. Depends on what you're using, but we saw that in position he doesn't have an overbet range. So then we're gonna go pot on the river here. We're gonna rep a jack. We're gonna go 3-bet on table number 6, fold on table number 3, open for 5. We're gonna have a long session today, guys. A long session today, and the next video will be from our new series. And I'm gonna try to make like a 1 week, 1 video of this new series that I'm planning. Yeah, that's basically it. That are my plans. Okay, table number 6, we're gonna go with a half pot here on the 10-10-8. And we're gonna bet river here on table number 1. Table number 2, we can check raise or check off. We're gonna check raise this combo because I think it's pretty nice. And now if we're stabbing, and I'm gonna stab this, and this guy is a fish. I'm gonna still stab it with an orbit. I'm not gonna go with a check raise against him. So we're just gonna stab it as orbit. Okay, it worked. Great. Table number 3, let's go to see. Let's try to see big blind versus button if we have a sample. So this is big blind versus button pop-up. We see his range is wider. Check raise 17. We're gonna call. We can also click back, but aces don't need that much protection, so we're just gonna get it with calling. So his range is wider. We see his calling range here. We see king 7 offhand, queen 4 suited. Okay. And I'm just going to raise here because he should be now being polarized. He should be never doing 1/3. So I'm going to actually go huge. Okay. And we're not going to jam. We're going to go half pot and call shove, of course. You see, like, hand doesn't have any sense. He check raises here, and immediately when the hand doesn't have sense, you can tell it's some kind of the bluff. Like I'm raising 6x. He shouldn't be ever betting hand like a queen 10 or queen jack of hearts. So doesn't have sense immediately for going. So he's trying to get the cheap. Okay. Going check here. He's trying to get this cheap card. Doesn't have sense. That's why I use a big raise. And yeah, didn't have any sense. Basically, he's looking to me like he's going to try to rep like ace 5. Yeah, we're gonna go like this here. And we run aces into kings. Or kings against aces. We're gonna mark him. Okay. Mark him as a fish. And he's immediately out. And now he's not even jamming here a flush. And this is huge tilting coming. It seems. Yeah. Yeah, you see, like, hand immediately doesn't have any sense. And now I'm just toning down. You see, like, hand like queen X of hearts is a low frequency check raise. And king queen suited is always a 3-bet. Queen 10 is mixing a 3-bet. Queen jack is mixing a 3-bet. So yeah, he's not gonna have many flushes that check raise. Like, only flushes that he can have is gonna be like this, but he shouldn't bet 1/3 here, because when he's check raising on the flop, he's saying he has basically a 2-pair mostly. Ace queen is out of the range, so he can't have that. So he's saying he has a 2-pair, and when the ace hits, he needs to be polarized. Mostly set, basically. Mostly value check raise is going to be pocket 5s and pocket 7s, and he's going to have like queen 7 suited and queen 5 suited. But even these hands on the ace are just going for a big size. He can go like around like 75, or like going with an overbet. Has sense, but 1/3 is never a size because you don't have any hands. You're not putting my range in any trouble playing like this. You just want to. I just felt it's gonna be played like level 1 player just wanted to get to cheap hand. That's why I raised immediately. My instincts were just to raise huge, immediately raise huge to punish this strategy, but he gets there, only calls sure. If he jam river, we're calling immediately. But yeah. Okay, we're getting some hands. Things are happening. However, this against this guy, I think we played him here on table number 1. Yeah, we're gonna mark him now. Yeah, we have clear call. Every day, these new green players just start to pop off. Okay, on this table number 4, on ace queen 6, let's see a little bit of his strategy, what he likes to call down, and we're gonna immediately go with an overbet. This is basically the flop you want to overbet or check. You have a lot of hands that wants to be checking, hands like pocket kings, pocket jacks, pocket tens, hand like queen x. And you have these hands that wants to build the pot immediately, hand like ace queen, hand like ace king, hand like sets. So we're going to use this strategy about immediately or bet. And let's see here. He bet, or he bet pot here. Okay. Ace jack, we're gonna open. I think it's gonna be a really interesting next few videos. And I think it's time we start running good, because all of the sample I played on iPoker, I feel I did run like shit. I did also run over 101 time kings into aces, and I lost 99 times out of it. So I should be winning around 20 times in that sample, and I had only 9 times aces against kings. I lost 2 times, and also a lot of aces against ace king against aces. More than 5 times I had it more than I had it against than I should have, that somebody else has ace king and I have aces. So I didn't feel I didn't run really well. So I hope the run will now start to get better. We started first 350k hands terribly, but now we are almost 800k hands on iPoker, and we are close to 5 BBs. In last 400k hands we are 7 BBs per 100, and we're gonna go small. A check is also okay. And now we're just gonna raise, and yeah, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go 12 here. Table number 6. So I think, guys, it's definitely time for revenge. Yeah, we're gonna go call here. Pocket nines. I'm just looking his strategy in 3-bet pots to have an idea how he plays. Check. Maybe small block on the river is okay. He should be using polarized 3-bet range. But we don't see the hands that he did 3-bet with. Call here. Don't like it, but we have to call it down. We're just gonna jam table number 3. He did check back king jack, and now it's like this guy will probably not gonna use the polarized range. I think this guy will use linear range. Okay. King 6. Oh, now this is against this guy. We had 2 huge setups, to be honest. We have to say that. We're gonna call. We have to be honest. And now I don't like it, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna wrap an 8 here, and we're gonna go bigger here, and I'm gonna call. And we're gonna go with an orbit. We should be betting normal size, but against him I'll go with an orbit. think he's just gonna be connecting a lot of bit hand like pair plus draw. So there's the reason why. Check or bet's gonna be okay, both. Getting called pretty light. Still gonna go with one check, and then on the river we're gonna go half pot, wrapping hand like poker jacks, queen x. I'm gonna go actually folding now. We don't want to bluff raise now with this type of hands, because when we are bluff raising we are hoping he's gonna have a jack or 9 in his hands, especially 9 of diamonds. So yeah, I'm not gonna do it. And we're just gonna try to find a new table. Okay, 5-7 suited, 5-7 off. I saw it suited, don't know why. Maybe because I like a 5-7 suited. I like that hand. Okay. I hope we're gonna see a multi-way pot so I can show you the new pop-up. It looks like this. So we have how he played total, as a raiser, multi-way in position. So he has in position on all players. When he's out of position to at least one player, because then the strategy completely shifts. You're gonna in the GTOIs, you're gonna do a lot of checking. On most boards you're gonna have check range, and most people doesn't have check range. They still do a c-bet. They're gonna c-bet ace, do 7 for example against button, like middle position button big blind. They're gonna c-bet ace xx board, which is huge mistake. And then you're gonna see them c-bet like 5, 4, 9, stuff like that. Whenever you see that, you're going to change your strategy, and you're going to start to have a lot of raises in position. Then we have also how they play as a callers, as a caller out of position, as a caller in position. You have all the lines: check bet, bet, check bet fold, check bet, check fold, check call, check raise, delay range. So you're going to have basically everything you need. 3-bet here, we're going to call there. Let's see him, cut over the small blind. Which hands he called? Okay, seems standard. Folding on turn on table number 3. And we're gonna go 5.5. And I'm gonna immediately go, start with the big bets. It's a limp pot, limp ISO, which is gonna start with bombing. All of this like jack 9, jack 10, queen 9, where we have this insane advantage there. So just gonna start with big bets, put pressure on his weak range. I'm gonna check here, king 5, we're gonna call, and fold here. Let's see how much he steps. He stepped 1 out of 1 time. Looks kind of passive. We also did add the new, we actually did split the when one went soft flop to 1 on showdown and 1 on non-showdown, because you're gonna have a lot of needy players with tight ranges that gonna have high when soft flop, but actually their win rate is gonna come from here. You want to immediately identify these guys. It's gonna be also color coded when we release the new update, because I'm using the new update, but it's still some things still are missing, like some color codes in some lines. It's gonna be all when we release the new version. It's everything's gonna be working. So I think that stat is nice when you compare it to other stats, like when you compare it to river aggression, when you compare it to the river bet frequency, you can get like really good You can get like really good idea how your opponent is, basically how aggressive he is and how much he actually wins by putting pressure on range, or he just have strong range and gets basically good hands. So you always want to know which type of your opponent you are facing, because just pure number 1-1 soft flop will not going to tell you the whole story. This is the hand that we want to mainly check on the river, but against him I feel like I'm going to go with that, because I feel he's going to be able to turn 8x into bluff, maybe on hand like 7-9 and Jack-9. And we can get, okay, he called with the Jack-8. Nice, okay. Seven, eight, I'm mixing half-half. Mixing half-half, I'm gonna fold this time. This combo. I don't use, some people ask me, do I use RNG? I don't use RNG. I have my method of randomization. And I use it basically, and so we're gonna go block river. We can bet now like 7x, 9x, hand like a7, queen 7, 9x. I think we can bet all of this. I'm gonna call here and 3-bet there. Don't like when this kind of guy checks ace 9-9. We are bluffing with lower pairs, but we are not full stack, so I'm not gonna turn it into bluff here. Checking range on table number 6. Let's see a guy that we have on him. Unfortunately, not much. We're gonna fold here. Ace 5, we're just gonna fold. Ace 8 just gonna check. Let's see his strategy. Let's see his check behind range, just to feel for his versus hero. Yeah, we see some top pairs in checking range like king 6. So big top pairs in the range, but not in the double checking range. So I think he's gonna be more toward like pocket 7s type of hand. Ace 3, he didn't even bluff it. Okay, this is gonna be his check range. So let's see his check call turn range. Does it have a lot of top pairs? Yeah, it's only has actually, you see, like heated turn pair. You see like only heated turn. So his checking range is not that strong in position. Basically that's the conclusion. He has some lower top pair hands, and basically that's it. Against him we will call. We saw that he jammed on us with the king 7. So with ace queen we don't want to get jammed on, so we're just gonna be calling. And I think he's on tilt, so he's gonna do a lot of he goes check. We're gonna go half pot. So I would say a lot of his checking range is gonna come from like 9x, pocket 8s, 10s, jacks. I think most of his queen x he would bet. And we're just gonna go big bet on the river like this. Okay, he had 10s. I think he's just gonna be in state, like if he's gonna have pocket jacks, he's gonna call it. Hand like a 9x, hand like king 9, jack 9, all of these hands. And I think based on how we play that he would maybe raise pocket 10s on turn. That's why I use half pot, but he didn't. But we did range him correctly, what he's gonna usually have. And bet half pot here. He goes check. He's now wrapping hand like a 2 pair with a 9 and jack 10 basically. And he seems really passive. He did bet this for value with lower pair. King 7. I'm gonna fold against him. This is the board we're gonna do a lot of checking on. Cutoff versus button. Okay, we see Queen 10 suits a standard. We're gonna bet with Ace King. He actually folds a lot on C-bets, but he's gonna have all of this pocket range here, pocket pairs that he's gonna hit here. He's not check raising anything. He should be check raising hands like pocket tens, but a lot of pocket tens who should be 4-betting also. We're gonna go half on turn. I think still a lot of jacks, tens. He folded 9x. We just want to bet with a lot of our overpairs. He should be check raising a lot of sets, so he's pretty capped like to 9x, 6x, 7s, 8s kind of hands. Tens are check raise a lot. So I think we can attack that range, and we will go 24 here on table number 2. I will mark him as weak reg. Small size here. And here we're gonna go with 25%. 3-bet on table number 6. Let's go immediately into the 4-bet pop-up. We are only afraid of basically pocket queens because pocket 9s are not 3-bet in these positions. So yeah, 4-bet caller. So this is the range. He check raises a lot. Yeah, we're just gonna go actually 1/3 on turn. We are now losing from Jack 10. So basically Queen, we are of course calling. So we are only losing from pocket queens and Jack 10. He has pocket queens, okay. And he doesn't even slow play here with queens. So that's a huge read in future. Because if he's not slow playing queens here, whenever he's calling there, he's gonna be capped to queens, Queen X and 10s and jacks, and we have an easy game. And we're gonna bet table number 6. We have that in the 4-bet pop-up. 4-bet caller, check raise turn, as out of position, pocket queens. So immediately when I see this information, and here I'm just gonna go jam queens. People love to call 10s and jacks in these lines. Like I have an ace king always, so we're just gonna be jamming a lot of dead money in. So yeah, I think that's good. Definitely by dynamics with Parisian also. I like the jam more. But we run into the aces. But definitely by the dynamics and everything, I really like jam. He's also been 3-betting us a lot. Because like, is he gonna, if he's gonna have this, whenever I jam like an ace king here in these situations, in this situation you actually want to jam kings and ace king, but based on dynamics and everything, I think queens are really, really good. But yeah, we just run into it. We run aces into queens in the 4-bet pot. He got the queen. Now we run, but I really like the jam, just based on the dynamics with him. I know also it's not bad to 4-bet. We saw that he jammed with the queen 7 suited, king 7 suited. So it's definitely not bad to do it also. but the chips are flying. That's the thing number one. Chips are flying. But this read is really nice. Like, if he's not slow playing queens there, you can immediately know if this guy is not calling queens on my double barrel on a queen XX board. If he's not calling queens, where I'm gonna have the like shitload of bluffs, where I'm gonna bluff hand like ace 10, where I'm gonna bluff hand like ace king a lot, ace 5, hand like king 10, and you are not protecting there. If you're not protecting there on any, you're gonna fast play any spot. You're gonna fast play 3-bet pots 100%. And yeah, that's the thing. Number one, really nice read, because when you see there, he's just gonna be fast playing everywhere. We're gonna go block river here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go jam here. I just think he's gonna be capped to Jack X always, based how he play. And blocking, we have basic. We can have pocket nines also. So let's put some heat. Bet on table number 4. We're gonna go bigger size, and these guys are unprotected. They're not gonna be checking back strong range. And they're gonna bet on this like 3-3-8. Their c-bet frequency on these paired low boards is 80%. They're not checking aces, kings like they should be. They're not checking back a lot of nut flushes like they should be. Nut flush draws basically like they should be. Like hand like you don't want to bet a lot of hand like ace queen of hearts. You can check that. Really good hand to be checking back, because you're generally going to check a lot of ace kings there, ace queens. You should be checking hands like aces and kings, because all of these paired boards, okay, 3-3-8 maybe not the best example, but it's similar. It's going to be like 5-5-8, 8-8-6. All of these type of boards are over c-betting. They over c-bet it, so yeah. So definitely, in my opinion, they will be highly unprotected here. He's gonna be raising. He can raise it. Basically, he's wrapping kind of like, I don't know, like a jack, strong jack, like a ace jack mostly. So yeah, I think they will just be unprotected, and we can easily have the nuts. We can have a flush with the king. We can have pocket nines, pocket eights, and I just know he's not gonna have a boat ever. He's just not gonna call it jam. I'm just gonna write a read from Jacobo, because whenever I see a guy check jam turn with the top set, you just know he's not gonna be slow playing in the necessary spots. So whenever it's gonna be drawy board, 3-bet pots, he's like calling turn, you're just gonna be knowing the top of his range is gonna be raising and jamming, and you can just count down the top of the range, and you can just bet more thinner, a lot of thinner. You can go for value, and that's basically a strong read. Queen 6 is gonna be fold. Queen 10, we're gonna be betting, small size, huge advantage. Calling pocket 4s always. And we're just gonna go bet on the river. We're gonna go half pot. I'm gonna go actually here into the merge bet, because now he's gonna fold hand like Jack X and even some King X, and he's gonna call us with the nut flush draw, for example, and a hand like 8-10 of clubs, 9-10 of clubs. So I think it's really nice to merge bet here that we're gonna have opportunity. 11% only. He's gonna be probably In this situation, it's going to be probably linear range, not polarized, based on the... And he should be checking quite a lot here. He's not doing it. I should be actually raising a lot. I'm going to go with call. I'll go check back with nines. I think it's nice check back. Now we look a lot capped, and we're protecting our checking range. And now we're just gonna be jamming it. Now we're just gonna look like what the fuck we are jamming. Calling here. I definitely like this play. And we're gonna also have some check back sets there, so I really like the play. Just let me quickly write this read from Jacobo. Now we write it, and we are ready for action. We're gonna call here, and let's see. Really. So this is aggression against us, and okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go with overbet here. And 3-bet on table number 4. King 6 fold, queen 3 open. Bigger size and on a board like this. Let's see his 4-bet range. Don't like this. He's folding. I mean, only 21 hand, but looks passive and folding type. Kind of connected a lot. He's not full stack. I'm gonna go with check back. And okay, and we're gonna try to find immediately new table. I don't think we can wrap anything. It's the problem, because he's passive. He will check a lot of ace-x, and now if I go reopen a betting range, I'm not trapping anything, basically. Not trapping anything. When the jack is there. Okay, actually here I'm gonna go with an overbet, and we're gonna go 12.6. We can bet any jack, so we're also blocking 9s and 10s that will call here. Let's see here, cutoff versus, he's kind of tight. So this is 3-bet against us. We have fold on turn against this guy. He's now saying he has pocket 8s, 9s, 10x. And when he didn't double barrel a queen, he's basically having us always beat, because every bluff he would be betting. He had pocket 9s. Let's go have. Mark him. Jack 9. Okay. I'm just gonna. It has a lot more sense to going bigger. Because if we bet smaller, we are like saying we're gonna bet like pocket 9s, 10s, and he can easily have also check back queen. So I think it has just sense to be betting bigger size. And smaller here. Only 12%. 3-bet. This is big blind versus small blind pop-up. We have 3-bet, 4-bet ranges. Limp strategy, limp 3-bet. Okay. And we're just gonna go pot, or close to pot on the river. Call. We're gonna go pot. I would say this pot is the against him. We're gonna fold. He did one couple of pots, so it's not the same dynamic like it was. I think he settled down a little bit after he won here aces against queen against us. So now it's far less likely he's gonna bluff, and far less likely he's gonna bluff after the king paired and the river is run out is like this. So yeah, let's try. I think this guy will actually play a heads up. We played last few days. This is the guy that had 4-6, the check raised the flop, and on the ace he go with the 1/4 size that has 0 cents. Okay. Table number 3. Let's see what's happening. We're gonna also observe other tables, guys. A lot of things, good things is happening when you observe other tables. So this is interesting pot. So he bet, he 3-bet, bet the flop, and now he's on the turn. Small blind versus cut, small versus middle position. Calling with threes. Let's see this hand, how he played. Pocket threes and fold. He's wrapping basically kings, king, queen, and lower ace X. Like ace 5, ace 4. Nice, I like the jam. Ace Jack. Let's see the guy. We're gonna fold. Our hand is mostly fold, sometimes a 3-bet. Against some guys I 3-bet pure, against some I fold. This guy is 4-betting a lot in these positions, if you see. A lot of 4-betting. Immediately see it's green, so yeah. Against him I will wait a little bit for hand better than Ace Jack off in these positions. And table number 5, we're gonna go 1/3. A lot of his shorter stacks, so I'm not gonna go bigger size, but this board we're gonna mix small and big. You see, like immediately see a lot of hands just prefer betting big, but his shorter stack. Hands like Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack, Jacks, like all of these hands prefer to bet big, and then you have a lot of hands that like to check, hand like Kings, Queens, Tens, Jack X, and immediately when you see the spot like this, where you have a lot of hands that are want to bet, and a lot of hands that wants to check, you know your size should be going up. And whenever your size is going up, your c-bet frequency is going down. That's the rule. And there is still some exceptions because in some spots actually you'll be able to bet range with a half pot, for example, in some spots. So even if you're betting like you're using half pot, you can still bet range. So that's the exception. But generally when your size is going up, especially into the overbet range, then your c-bet frequency will go down. And you're going to play with check range. Today you can just have simplification and betting small size in position and bet range on most boards. I saw that a lot of people use that strategy, and if opponent is not check raising you, then that strategy is better than having check range. Checking range is basically when you punish the range c-betters. You punish them with check raising and using huge sizes with check raises. That's where you're punishing, because they will have just a lot of fair, a lot of medium strength hand that can take the hit from check raising. But if you're not check raising them, then they will just realize equity even with the worst hands. So nothing bad can happen in this situation for them. So it's all about the check raise actually. It's all about the check raise. Okay, let's try to win something, guys. 8-9, gonna open. Let's see what happened there. I'm gonna try to lower it, to make it a little smaller, like this. 5-6, okay. Let's try to turn around the session. We started okay, then couple really gross hands. Let's see here. Okay. Mixing also 3-bet with this. A7, Ace4, Ace5, Ace8, Ace9 of Broadways, bluffs. We can go with the check raise. I'm gonna actually do it. And this here I need to use a bigger size, so I'm gonna actually call. I'm going to 1/3 here. I'm gonna go check. And we're gonna go over bet 12.5. We are now attacking his basically old pocket pair region. Hand like, he's not gonna have many 8x hands, but he's gonna have a lot of queen x hands. And it's gonna be off Broadways, like a queen 10 off, queen jack off, king queen off. And the problem here is that we just have to give up when the heart is completed. A lot of his flow is gonna be like a ace 9 of hearts, ace 10 of hearts, ace 8 of hearts, a lot of 8x of hearts, a lot of queen x of hearts, so we just have to give up. His range is not going to be mostly hand like queen x and jack x of spades, for example, like a jack 9, queen jack. Yeah. Unfortunately. It would be nice if we spiked the king, but we didn't. 1/3 on table number 3, jack does 5. His 3-bet is really low from big blind versus cutoff, so he's probably calling all ace jack off hands here, all king jack off hands, and a lot of like king jack suited and ace jack suited, so that's a little bit problematic. We're gonna call. He's check raising. 18% check raise. Okay. Let's see his check raise range. We don't see which hands, but we see which sizes he prefer. So something around middle, like he did use. Probably he just has it on a bet slider, automatic size. Just a check back with the jack 10. He can check raise a king jack, ace jack, and check raise, but we see actually check raise and bet is 3 out of 3 times. So now I just think he would be continuing with basically all of the jack x hands. And we saw that that's actually the case. This combo I'm gonna jam. This combo I'm gonna jam. We are jamming some of percent of our ace king combo. This is the combo that I'm using as immediately jam, and we're jamming kings also. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. This guy is very unaggressive. I'm just gonna block river actually. Okay. We are against the big blind range. We are mostly 4-betting with our ace king off. We are mostly 4-betting, and this is big blind versus cutoff. We are mostly 4-betting, and we have a jam range also. We're just gonna go donk here. I'm gonna go like 1/4 is okay. Let's see how he reacts to donking. And I'm gonna actually go jam river. Okay, and table number 1. I think we're gonna go bet. And we're gonna bet king 3-5, also 25%. Let's go into the multiway pop-up and immediately see. This guy folds 80%. But he's called from small blind. A lot of trashy hands, like look at this. I'm gonna give up on the ace, and here I'm gonna go. He's gonna have a lot of these trashy hands. I'm gonna actually go check back. Okay, also big blind is a fish, then his range is gonna be also, yeah. That's why we see this a lot of trash, because his range is, big blind is a fish and he's just gonna be super wide. And I don't like it paired, and he folds 80%, so whenever he calls here, yeah, he's gonna have some like flush draw hands. I mean, bet is also okay, but I don't like it when it's paired. Big blind is gonna also have, practically he's gonna call, like he's not folding very much, so he's gonna probably have all possible 5x hands. And it's not bad to have it also not flush drawing a check back there. Actually, I prefer in that spot when it's paired to check. Even like if you want to bet, I think a6 is one of the best. Okay, let's go immediately here just to see what's going on. He folds, okay. Ace 4, we're gonna fold. Jack 7. Folding. Let's see here actually what happened. King Jack. So this guy is calling King Jack middle position versus he. Oh no, he opened it from the HUD. Okay, I didn't see. I thought he was in the middle position. So he opened King Jack, bet on the Queen 10-8. Okay, like I think also this board is like high frequency check, just because like Jack 9 is fish is gonna have like all like you're not even opening on the UTG. He's probably not even opening Jack 9 suited, and I mean it's okay, you have all the sets, but like a Jack 9, fish is gonna flat Jack 9 off, big blind's gonna have Jack 9 off. He opened like 2x, so I'm gonna defend Jack 9 off here. So yeah, I wouldn't be betting into these two ranges, but I think it's fine. I think still it's okay. Let's see here with what happened with the ace king. This board is also checking range. We're gonna mix here. It's fold also. This combo I'm gonna call. Ace 8 suit, ace 8 off. Queen Jack off, okay. Queen Jack off. We would 3-bet it. Is this, we're gonna go like this. Ace Jack, low frequency 3-bet. No, it's fold. Everything else is a fold. We're just gonna go big guys and call. Table number 6, something is interesting happening. I want to see. This guy called with ace king against this guy. You see like how this mistake cost him the probably stack. Because this guy's getting he's not going anywhere with 9s. So if he 3-bet, bet big on the flop, bet big on the turn, and then he can like block the river if he wants. We're gonna go big size on table number 1. This is his fold versus c-bet flop turn and river, and we see he's gonna be continuing with trash even on the bigger size, like jack 6 without backdoors. Let's go like this. I'm gonna go 12. Usually I'm using the smaller 3-bet size to 10, but against fish I'm gonna go sometimes. Depends on type of the fish. I'll use the bigger size. And we're gonna go bigger size here. Let's see. This guy didn't call 3-bet until now at all. Didn't call at all. Gonna open this on the UTG. We shouldn't be opening this, but I think it's okay. Check, check, bet really low. Check on table number 4. And again, hand that doesn't have much sense. This is the spot you want to use bigger size on the turn. So only bigger size has sense. Okay, he had the nuts. Probably that's why he used this size. He had the nuts straight, so that's probably the reason. We're gonna try to rep like 10s and jacks in this situation. We're gonna go big raise here. Okay. I'm just gonna go small on the turn. And we're gonna go 75 here. We still have all of these over pairs, and I'm gonna go block river. And we're gonna go. We can still get value from 8s, 9s, 10s, and I think block with this size is okay. Look at this. Look how good the block is, guys. Look at this. He's only calling with a flush. So this is perfect for our like queens, 10s, pocket 9s that all need protection. Because if he's calling queen 10, we can get to the showdown with like pocket 10s pocket nines, you can get to the showdown on. Insane. But yeah, I should have just looked at the HUD. We don't need to play range against this guy. We can just go and exploit all the play and just go big on the river. You see, like, our check raising range is mostly around overpairs in three-way. Mostly around overpairs. So my size should be around this overpairs. We're gonna have like queens, kings really a lot here. We are blocking like also Jack X of clubs. Yeah. I just think, I don't know, like how it's possible he's calling the river there. We're gonna fold the river here. Fold to this size. I go with check back. And let's go immediately to the Multiway pop-up. Callers. I want to see a check raise. I want to see a calling range. Okay. He can still have 8s and 9s, so I'm gonna go with the check. He had a pocket force. I'm gonna go with bigger size here. I'm just thinking about still that call, which is insane. But I should have just gone into the river pop-up just to see this. When you see this, then I also want to see after check. Look at this. Against him, exploitively jam on the river. Just exploitively jam on the river and that's it. And block with the overpairs and jam with a nut flush. Definitely. So guys, you see, like if I did take a look at the HUD, I didn't play my general thing that in this situation a lot of head sense to do a lot of block betting, because a lot of our check raising range actually comes from the vulnerable overpairs. There's going to be hands like 9s and 10s, so a lot of our range likes to for that small block on the river. Like 9s, 10s, 8s. So yeah, if I take a look at the HUD, I could have win how much, like 60 big blinds more than I did. So just think how big my mistake is. Definitely really big. And the thing is, I don't know why I didn't look at it. Because I mean, he has a clear raise on the river. We're gonna bet bigger here. Oh, against him I'll actually call 3-5 suited. He's doing a lot of check folding. And I'm gonna go raise. Okay, let's go with this. He's over c-betting. I see something also here. I did use 175 on turn. Okay, I like the size. Here comes the 3-bet from tilt. I would jam like 50% of my range here. Like every pocket pair, every suited cards, like Jack 10, 9, 10, Queen 10, Queen Jack, plus, just to punish this tilt. King Queen is a call. Let's see his rider. He's opening actually 32 on the cutoff. This is clear overbet spot. Queen 10, and he gives up on the reverse. So we're gonna go call King Queen. Actually, it's King Queen is really nice. Blocking Ace King, Kings, and Ace Queen. And against him, I will fold river because he's just not gonna follow through enough. We see in the HUD he's just giving up with lower pairs, bluffs, and his triple barrel is just, you see, like against us. Red that indicates he's a lot tighter and passive than he should be. Let's go with a check on Queen 5-4, mixing bet and checking, check calling. We're gonna go with the check call. We're gonna go with a check call. And now we're just gonna go bet. We're going bet. And we're gonna bet river. Okay, we're gonna go bet river. Just gonna go like this, like we're betting like any queen basically. We're gonna have queen and queen 8 plus for this size, so yeah. King Jack, King Jack is definitely not low enough for bluffing, and this is the river pop-up where we actually see, so this is river bet heads up. He's this blocking size of 1/3, really value heavy. After check turn, let's see this block size. Feels to me like fold, actually. Feels to me like a fold. And check table number 2. Let's see here after check turn. Actually, we'll just give up. %. A lot of hands like 8s and 9s can go with the block. I'm gonna go with check here. We saw his range is wider. We saw hand like a king 7, so he's gonna probably have a lot of these hands with that just had to bluff river, like this hand. This hand can actually bet turn also. So I think his range is wider. He's just gonna have like king 8 suited, king 5 suited, king 9 suited, and if he didn't double barrel, I like in a bet check bet line, I think he has to put it somewhere. And we're just gonna go raise here with ace 9. Let's see in the multi-way how this guy plays. So this is multi-way out of position. So he has one range, at least one range in position. He didn't see bet ever. He see bet now. We're just gonna go with the raise. Let's see if this guy will fast play. This is really important. As a caller in position, a raise 0. I think when a fish is in, he's gonna fast play it. He's just gonna raise flop with the deuces and threes. So our hand is basically really nutsy. Whenever is that case, we're just gonna try to build the pot immediately. Call. We're just gonna try to build the pot immediately, and let's see that this guy joined with aces immediately. Okay, call with queen 10. The guy looks passive. Maybe he's also reg. I mark him as a fish. I don't know why. In the beginning, he just looked as a fish. He has regish stats. His size looks like he wants to check back the river. That looks like a hand like queen X, maybe ace queen. I don't think he's ever betting like jacks there. Oh, he's wrapping. We're gonna call this combo, mixing it. I think he's ever also betting jack. He's like wrapping a really strong hand like king queen ace king. Okay, wrapping like that. He's not jamming ace queen also. So we need to think his turn small size, what it's gonna be. We don't have, you see, like we don't have sample here. A good sample can, because it's really weird, like he's going 1/3 on turn, right? So he's like saying he has a hand that can get in value from. So to me it looks like hand that has a lot of sense would be hand like a strong queen X. Aces has sense, but I don't think he's just gonna rip aces on the river. I think that has 0 sense. Based on my range that is calling, we're gonna rarely have a king. Yeah, we're gonna have some kings calling, but when he bets small, a lot of people would just raise king on the turn. The good thing here, we're gonna actually have jack 10, because jack 10 he can easily call. So we're gonna have jack 10 here, and I'm gonna have ace queen, and ace queen I'm gonna call a jam because ace queen is blocking everything. So yeah, we're gonna have this hands calling, but without sample I have to just fold the hand because this hand is just pure fold against an overbet shove. So yeah, let's go to see just in the multi-way his strategy. Okay. And I want to write the read, guys, but I just lost it. I have it open, but I don't know about what I wanted to write about. Yeah, I remember now about this guy with queen 10. And we're gonna bet ace-8, we're gonna go half pot. We're gonna have a lot of 9x hands, so we're gonna step here. Yeah, I'm gonna go half pot, around half pot. And now the 10x is also really good for us because a lot of our bluffs just gonna have hand like a jack 10, queen 10, 8 10, 7 10 type of hand. So we're gonna just bet the turn with ace-8. I just think he's like sevens, pocket sevens hands, like pocket sevens, pocket sixes. Even pocket eights are not in that great shape because now they're blocking a lot of bluffs. Let's see his checking range. A lot of folding on the, let's go small blind versus big blind. Let's go small size here. Okay, I'm gonna give up at ace-8. Calls with ace-4. I think ace-4 is clear fold. Let's go, guys. I'm gonna bet this using bigger size, jack 10 deuce. This guy is not folding in position. He never folded in position to a c bet. Okay, he just had top pair, draw. So he had a piece of the board in all of the cases. Let's see on the river how he reacts. That looks to me like a folded type of fish. Okay. I'm gonna go actually with this. This is folding position 0 0 0. I just think I want to have a little more equity with the hand or barreling it like a queen 9, king queen type, and without the backdoor. If I turn it the backdoor flush, then overbet the turn has sense. The problem, his range is really wide, so he's gonna have all of these 10x off hands and he's not gonna fold it on the turn. And we have a low fold equity on turn and we have a low equity hand on the turn. So I think give up with this is okay. We're just gonna have so much better hands to bet. And yeah, bet on the flop is okay. And on the turn give up, I think it's okay against this profile. Call river is still 43, which indicates it's green. It's more loose than average guy than average reg. So he's gonna be calling rivers. You see, like he's even calling over bets with low pair, middle pair, low pair. Yeah, I actually like to just give up. Against this guy, you're not gonna make much money bluffing him. So against him, you want to have more equity and more value, and that's where you make most of it. Because his call river range is actually really wide. He's calling big sizes wide. He's probably inelastic, and whenever that's the case, you can just bluff better bluffs than this what we had. On ace king 9 strategy is actually just or better check. Two-tone. Because you see, like immediately you're gonna have a lot of hands that likes to check, like queen, jack, stands, king x, and you have really a lot of hands that likes to bet immediately, like ace king, ace queen, pocket nines, where you want to put immediately big pressure. And I think the best way to play this board is just bet big or check, and that's it. I don't see like any value from small bet there. Bet check bet there. I'm just gonna fold it. And I'm gonna go half, so I think his range, checking range is poor, so I can even bet an 8. Okay. And we're gonna hit that 10 also. So yeah, I just like this medium size on the river. He didn't raise 8-10 against us, which is clear raise. But it's like how much insane value block can give you there against this profile of players. It's like you're gonna get to the showdown. We usually gonna have on that spot pocket 8s, 9s, 10s, where we had a nut flush and we block, and we'll get to the showdown with all of these hands. So pretty great situation there. Yeah, that's basically all I want to say. Let's go like this size, and I'm gonna go actually on the 10. He's not folding a lot in turns. Still strong range, really strong range. He seems to be nitty. Okay, I'm gonna go bet just because you have so much bluffs here. But from time to time, checking has a lot of sense, and I'm gonna go bet on the river. I think it's bad to check back against him also. I'm gonna actually go with the check back. Nitty check back. Fold versus river really huge. This is in GTO world, clear check back, and I think against these guys also. He should be having aces and kings frequently here also. But the thing is, okay, we run into the quads. Nice. We're gonna go block. Don't know what is this. Float, then donk. I'm just gonna call it down. He's on the river, really nitty. Really nitty on rivers. Which size he used? Small. I'm still gonna call down because it doesn't have any sense to me. He hit at 5 on the river. Again, insane value from block. I mean, he has a pretty tough spot if he's gonna raise me there because we just have so much value, and I could easily jam over his raise. So I actually understand why he checked. But it's like insane how much block gives to you there. I like ace-3 as a going with maybe even like 14.5. Okay, jack 5, we're gonna call. I'm gonna go block. His CBET is 73. He should be checking back, like we said, aces and kings in this spot. But I just don't. I don't see them doing that quite often. And guy that's CBETting 73%, I don't think he's doing it. And I'm just gonna go bet bigger on the river now. I'm going bet with Jack 5. And this is the river we're just gonna give up, because I think he's just gonna be mostly toward to ace highs. Yep. I wanted to say before the video, guys, that maybe finally after 800,000 hands, we are starting a upswing. I wanted to say that, but I'm glad I didn't, because I like this session. The chips are going up and down, but I wouldn't call it an upswing based on what happened. Don't like this spot very much. Feel we're gonna be called quite often. He's not. I'm gonna go actually just to give up. He skips c-bet fold. Like majority of his non-equity that we can maybe fold out, it's gonna be betting the turn based. This is his. This is the situation when you have the limp pot and you have a multi-way. So when small blind limps, and so player fish limps and small blind limps and big blind checks. So this is that situation. So you can see how they play. Unfortunately, we didn't have sample of it, but based on his normal HUD stats, I see his check fold on the river is non-existent, and I just think we're just gonna get him called in this situation. Let's go like this. From the big blind. And jam. Calling aces. Let's go into the 4-bet pop-up, guys. He didn't 4-bet much. He didn't 4-bet at all. I'm just gonna call. We can do nothing here, unfortunately. Okay, we are 1-1. We run kings into the aces. And now this is 10th time I have aces and kings, and I won. So this is good. I like it. 1-1 today. The queen's won. Yeah, he hit the queen on the turn. And I think he played it really bad. By jamming here, he's just forcing, like our range has 9s and 10s always. We are 3-betting them and calling a 4-bet, basically always, sometimes jamming 10s. and he's rarely or almost never 4-betting 9s and sometimes 4-betting 10s. So yeah, we have 9-10 suited also there and 10x, but like when he jams here I can just fold hand like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, king queen, queen jack. This is really bad. We have to check back. Insane. But lucky for us. Yeah, it's nasty turn for him also with the queen, with the 2 pair. Yeah, he played good. We will now promote him to the rake status. First we're gonna mark him a blue flag, and then later we will see. Look at his check bet 12%. Against him, maybe even fold on the turn. We're gonna have here on these like paired, higher pair boards that are really good for the big blind, because big blind here has the off combinations of 10x. He's gonna have 9-10 off, jack 10 off, queen 10 off, king 10 off. And we're not gonna open all of these combos. We're not gonna open jack 10 off or at all, or queen 10 off at all. We're gonna open some king 10 off. So he basically has a really high advantage in he's gonna also have hand like 10-7 suited, 10-8 suited, all these hands that middle position is not opening. So he's gonna have this advantage in these strips, and that's why we're gonna be, so he's gonna basically having the nuts advantage on us. We're gonna having the overpair advantage, but trips advantage is gonna be on him. So that's why we're gonna be checking a lot of overpairs on immediately on the flop. Just check with the king jack. We're just gonna be checking a lot of overpairs on the flop back, like especially the one that doesn't need protection. Like you don't need protection with aces and kings basically at all. It's not a 3-street hand ever, unless you hit a full house. You don't have a 3-street hand, you don't need protection basically, and that's why the easiest thing to do is just to check back on the flop. We're gonna go 5.2, 20% on the king 4-4. He's gonna have a lot of trouble on this board. So we're just gonna be betting it 20% with a range. And ISO ranges are generally with people a lot stronger than 3-bet ranges. Data shows that ISO ranges are twice as strong as 3-bet ranges. So if you see somebody ISOing small versus button, if he's 3-betting 15% small versus button, he's gonna be around half of it with the ISO. So it's gonna be around like 7.5. So basically double strength in ISO ranges. King deuce. Let's see ace-3. Okay. Checking. Gonna go 3-bet. We're gonna go till 10. We are a little deeper with the fish, so we're gonna go just bigger size. Unfortunately, he folds. Let me see what trades I have on him. Okay. Nice read. Okay. Check. I think I'm gonna jam. Yeah, against him I'm gonna jam. Whenever they tank and 4-bet, I didn't notice they fold. They always call it off. Nice. Let's try to guys to run it hot. It's time. It's about time. I wanted to say in introduction, it's time for Upswing, guys. I've been also using, I'm gonna tell you, maybe it's something that it's gonna be useful for some of you. When I started like running really bad, I started actually to use all-in cash out option on iPoker, and actually you can cheat the variance a little bit. And now when the run has been better, I just turn off that option. But you can cheat a little bit variance because you will know when you're having this downswing, losing all-ins, getting setups and stuff like that. And if you turn on this all-in cash out, then you can cheat it a little bit. I turn it on, and I use the all-in cash out only when I'm in front. So whenever I was behind, I didn't use it. So that's something that maybe can help you when you're if you're. I mean, I don't know if it's available on other sites. Like, I don't remember when I played on Winning Poker Network if it's worth it. I don't know. I think in Winning Poker Network it's not available. On Stars, you paid for it, but on iPoker it's actually free. You take all-in cash out on iPoker. On GG, I think you can take it sometimes. I think it depends on some factors. But on iPoker you can take it always. And yeah, it's a way to cheat down the variance a little bit. And in that like swing, when I used it, it was really good because like there was a days when I just used it, like I had 60, 70, 80, and I took it and I lost all of these hands. And then just think how much value you actually gain from it. You just gain a lot. So that's the good way. Like when you notice you start running bad, I actually wish I used it from the beginning. And now when you start running good or normal, you just switch back. You just switch back and you don't use it. It helped me. You're gonna see in the graph of last 400k hands that I played, and this is last 400k hands with 6 tables. Sometimes I play also 7 tables and 8 tables when like the action is really good. But most of the times, like most of the times, I play just 6 tables. Let's go with the check. I think also donk turn is good. Call here with queen 10. Let's see. Let's donk here. I think it has a lot of donking value when you have a fish there. Let's go 1/3. No, I'm not gonna block here. I'm gonna go like this. I'm actually wrapping a set here. Okay. We're gonna wrap a set. It's hard to, I mean, we're gonna have a, like, I'm gonna donk with the fish in, I can donk 8s, I can donk 10s, I can donk 9s. It's hard to find the pure bluffs. Like, okay, we can have like ace 4, ace 5, 4, 5 suited hands. But it's a multi-way pot. I don't like having jam because you can just force him out. He can just fold a lot more. So I actually like this small. We can bet 8 still. I mean, if we can donk whole range, let's say, but I don't like the donking like all of the pairs with the club. It would be too much. But maybe it's not bad strategy. Don't call, and just jam everything on this run out. Maybe not bad actually. Now when I think of, you're gonna get a lot of folds and you can find a lot of bluffs. You just use all of the pocket pairs. I think it has actually sense now. I mean, we fold. We made him fold with half pot. I'm gonna go check on table number 3, table number 6, and I'm gonna actually check fold. This guy is huge passive fish. When he go pots on the turn, and he's not raising much, so he could be slow playing. We see a lot of sets. 2 pair set, only calling. Pocket 7s on the deuce 7 10. I actually like just falling on the turn immediately. Pretty sick that this type of guy folded. I don't like check on the river. I think it has 0 sense for us to check in the river. Because maybe he wouldn't even bluff ace king, and when we bet half, like, yeah, there's a combos like of ace queen and ace king with a club. But I just think like all of the overpairs will be in this line. When we donk the flop, I think he's just gonna be careful with overpairs. He's not gonna raise them. I actually want to see how he play against the donk. Raise donk 20, raise donk in 3-bet pot 0. I actually like now. I really like the bet now on the river even more. So definitely bet. I'm just thinking like which size I would use there, and maybe the jam is just the best. I actually now prefer jam. I prefer jam, guys. Jam and bluffing everything. It has the most sense to me. Jam and bluff everything. And we can just donk. And this guy we're just gonna call with ace king. Good old, we ran 2 times into quads today. I did check with 9-10 there where the guy had 7s. But this was sneaky. We're gonna call the flop with the ace king. With a heart. Against this passive guy, we're just gonna fold the turn. Squeeze. Now it's not good thing to have ace of hearts. Because his bluffs now we're gonna come, I think, mostly based how passive he is, and he's 3-betting us button versus UTG. Bigger size on the flop. But like this turn size is like, is he getting worried with kings and aces? And maybe he's afraid and he will check the river. Really a passive guy. Yeah, really weird. Really weird. Let's go 10. Check. He donks the flop. Let's actually go with it because I see a lot of these middle pairs. Let's actually try to, and he looks really aggressive on river. Let's try to go and try to make him raise hand like a 5-6, 4-6, 4, because we see that he's also donking some middle pair hands for whatever reason. So let's try to do it. Let's go with 3-bet. Yeah, and his raise versus small bet is in the bigger. We don't see showdowns, but it is green, so indicates he is doing it a lot more than the pool, the average guys, the average winning regs. So probably he will be more likely to bluff raise. And I don't think there has any sense for him to play a value as a check on turn and river when he donks flop. So let's see again here. Donk. We see he's donking 14%, which is insanely more than the GTO. And we see some middle pockets like 7s on the jack 5-6. We see jack 8 on the queen 5-8. So I think both boards are undonkable basically. Big blind versus button. So he's just playing it his own strategy. Okay, let's go block. Still we can get value. Let's see if it's likely that he's gonna be stabbing hand like pocket 5s and 6s and 7x. I don't think so. He's more polar. I'm gonna check. He's more polar in steps. He's not that merged, so I don't think a lot of 5s and 6s is gonna be. Yeah, okay. He didn't bluff 9-10. We're calling river, of course, but I'm just thinking which is better. If he's merged, block has sense because you get value from these hands. But if he's stabbing more polar range, then of course it has more sense for us to check the river. But whatever, he didn't bluff the river, so it doesn't matter. He didn't bluff the river. Ace 8, 15 on the river. We're gonna go a little bit of ace 10. He's opening a lot. Going half pot. His range will probably be a lot wider. Let's see his raise limper 30%. You see it's green. It immediately indicates he's more loose with raising limpers. So yeah, he's more loose, and then he has to fold a lot more to 3-bets. Against the check raise on that flop, we don't have any reads, so I'm just gonna fold immediately on the flop. We're gonna have definitely these backdoor hands. We're gonna be calling. Ace 10 is, I think, pure fold. We're gonna call like all of this, like queen 10 jack 10 queen jack, but we're gonna also call hand like a king jack with a backdoor draw, king 10 with a backdoor draw, ace 10 with a backdoor flush draw, ace jack. But this hand is, like we said, we can just fold it and that's it. Maybe if we would have reads to have a glimpse of his strategy, of his range, we don't even know how his range looks like. If he's playing 58-36, I doubt he's gonna use GT range, so he's probably gonna be a lot wider in his calling of the 3-bet. So maybe he has hand like king 9, maybe he's raising merged, maybe a lot of this stuff we don't know. Maybe he has ace 9 off, king 8 off, king 9 off. Maybe he's raising middle pair, we don't know it. Maybe he's polar in the check raise. But however you turn it around, hand is just fold. Yeah, we're just gonna be betting here. I'm gonna go half pot. We're gonna have pocket 9s, 8, 9, 10x. All of these hands can bet, so we're just gonna go half. Let's see his check back range. 30%. It's really like middle pair and lower, so weaker. And against this weaker range, I think even maybe even lower size has sense and wider for value. Let's go 20. Let's go 20 and let's see, cutoff versus 7%, ace 10, 7s. We're gonna go 4-bet caller. So this is his strategy. Cutoff button versus middle versus cutoff. Unfortunately, we don't see which hands he had. We're gonna go with bet 25. I would say I'm gonna go 1/3. I think he's gonna also have even sevens, even nines, 10x. We have a clear call, and we again run into it. There's no way we could do anything. And again, the guy didn't slow play, which is, I mean, if you're jamming this, can you tell me what is your calling range? If you're jamming there, pocket tens, like what is your calling range? Your calling range is a draw, pocket nines on the turn, pocket jacks, jack 10, queen 10, ace 10, king jack, and king queen. So that indicates we can just easily value bet any king on the river. Don't worry about getting slow played with the aces. He's gonna fast play the aces also. So definitely we have an easy game. And now you see that in a 4-bet pop-up, you see it 4-bet caller. You're gonna see here, you're gonna go there, you're gonna see call c-bet, you see he called with set, and then you see raise turn, and he see that he jammed against 1/3. And you can immediately take that equation and you can put it in anything. Okay, this combo we're jamming. This combo we are jamming. We are almost never calling ace king. We are jamming and 4-betting, but this combo mostly jam. And we are protected because we're gonna jam kings. Half of the kings we are also jamming. So we are protected and we can do it. Okay. He 3-bets 7, 9, 10, checks out of position. We're just gonna put the raise in. And this is worst possible run out because I think he's not gonna have the overpairs. I think he's gonna mainly c-bet overpairs, so he's not gonna have them. So his turn range is gonna be just a lot of hearts like ace queen and ace king with a heart or ace jack. And yeah. So we played for getting the maxed value out of him. Immediately called. I even like the bigger raise on the turn. Okay. With this read that we're gonna have here, but this is disgusting. We lost in a 4-bet post. We lost aces against queens, where he had queen. Where the board was queen, queen 9-5. Big blind versus middle position, so he doesn't have pocket nines, so he only has pocket queens that we are losing, and jack 10, which is really small amount of 3-betting in these positions. So we basically had a nuts, like our hand had more than 90% equity, but yeah. And we lost here with ace king with we're gonna go small. We're gonna go 20% here and bet range with 20. don't like this. You can go here to with the stack sizes to see how he plays after betting, after, so this is after calling. Oh, actually after check check. I'm gonna have a go here after check check turn. Okay, and this is easy call, and bet versus missed one time, 2 pair, but he going with a bigger size. He's doing a lot of bluffing in half pot after check check. After check check turn, you see like it's a green, so it indicates it's a lot. You see like, and all it's mostly trash, low pair. So we had easier decision. Queen 8. I don't mind, guys, even jamming the turn, not with our hand, but in that spot with the king 10, because you put a lot of pressure. Even on that spot you put a lot of pressure. You put a lot of pressure on jacks and queens and 10x hands, so I just even like just jamming it on turn, maybe 50 on flop, because you're gonna do a lot. I mean, our hand is so strong that we can go 25 to alongside with pocket kings and pocket tens, but actually now when I think about it, we can also play 50 and jam. I think it's okay. Just play as a 50 and jam. Jam. You just put a lot of pressure when immediately on his range. Okay, against him I will actually fold this hand. I would call because I feel like he's on tilted from yesterday's session. He was winning a lot, but now he's losing, and I think he's tilted, so yeah, I would easy call. Let's see what happened with deuce 7. So he called deuce 7 off, bluff river. Let's see him in a multi-way. Bet only 1 of the 4 time, okay. Using bigger size. We have really nice check raising hand, and I'm gonna do it. The problem is these guys. So this guy is not folding a lot. Call here. I think he's just gonna continue, like he's not gonna fold any queen. Even worse, like I think he's just gonna continue with everything, and we'll need to shove river, and I feel like he lost a couple of pots. He's gonna be, I just have a feeling he's just gonna be calling us down. He's not folding, and also in bigger pots, not folding. To this we just have to give it. And now I actually think we can Donk river. Yeah, I'm just gonna go jam river. I think they will give credit now when the ace is there. Like we check raise with the 6-7. I can check raise with the a7. We can check raise with the aces and then trying to maybe. I wouldn't jam aces, of course, but I would jam like a7 always, hand like ace king, that ace king without hearts. I would also, but I could just don't. I mean, ace. We are basically afraid of ace queen, but I don't think ace queen is gonna bet 1/4 on the turn, and there's the thing. I don't think it's gonna bet 1/4 into. I just think he's gonna have like a queen, and it's gonna be always a queen. And if he's gonna have like pocket eights or queen 8 suited, he's just gonna bet it bigger on turn. So he's just gonna be capped to the queen. He's gonna be check backing. He's not gonna, probably even not gonna step hand like a7 or a8 based on his, or maybe he will. This is his step. We see middle pairs. Let's actually see in the multi-way, is he doing it? His bet is, okay, it's 40%, but only 5 occasions. But I just think based on his size, on timing, on calling a check raise, he's going to be a lot of queen 10, queen jack type of hands. And I don't think he's just going to call a shove on the river with the queen ever. And we can also have values, so yeah. I'm going to go pot the river here. I just think it's just that he's going to be always going to have this queen x, and I don't think we can get folds basically. And I'm afraid that if I use a lower size, he's just calling down. Look at it, after calling turn under the pot, 70 to 95%, he's just calling all of, he's not folding anything. So I just think we need to be polar and just, and I would just jam ace king. If I'm check raising ace king, that also have sense because my value range is going to be aces and kings, so having ace king there is not bad. And for example, if I had ace king and I decide, okay, I'm going to go up the turn and the ace is on the river, I can just jam because I feel like my hand is going to be rarely beat. We're going to be beat. I think we saw his stab is 40% in multi-way pots, but I doubt he's going to stab like a7, call a check raise, then stab it on turn with 20%. I just think he would gladly check it back. So yeah. We're gonna call this, we are deeper. This guy is really, and this is against us. Let's go small now. Queen 5. And this is also really worrying. Like you see, like in these medium pots, he's calling really, like he's not folding anything on these rivers. But on these really big pots, when the pot is gonna be playing for stacks, we see he's getting we are getting him to fold. So I think like actually the best move is to jam river. We're gonna go half. Let's go with 3-bet. Let's go 10. Ace 4, Ace 5 I really like, so even in these positions. He should be folding like half 6s, 7s. Most of pocket 4s, 5s. Ace queen off. I think that hand with ace king, when we have deuces, we should have. His range is really transparent, and I think we should have raised a quite bigger, and that's my biggest regret. I think bigger. He would call, of course, but doesn't matter. We can get. We want to just get like max possible amount of value we want to get, and that's the key thing. Max possible amount of value against capped range. That he's not like guy. Okay, the board is bad for my range. I'm gonna check. And this is something that shouldn't be happening. Let's see here. I think this guy over 4 bets. Queens are usually call here always. Okay. Let's see how he plays the razor. Let's just call. He's barreling a lot. I think he's just gonna. He's also really wide in the 4 bets. Folding to 5 bet. That indicates immediately he's just gonna have bluffs. And I'm just gonna jam now with queens. Yeah, I'm gonna jam it with queens. I'm gonna slow play like aces and kings. Queens I'm gonna jam. I just think he's also... Okay, jacks. He has the hand. Jack should be calling mostly, yeah. But look at his stats, like 89, 75, 99. I just think he's just gonna have too much of the king jack, ace 4, ace 5, ace queen off. Even this guy probably has like ace jack off in the range. King queen off. So I actually think that it's not bad just to call turn, and he's jamming river like 5 out of 5 times. So I just think maybe the best is actually just to call turn. Yeah, queens need protection, and also against 10x it's best to jam, but I just think overall, all in all, just call turn and call any river basically. And we're gonna trap their aces always, and we're gonna trap, and we can trap also the kings occasionally. GTO jams kings always, but I like to trap against these guys, like where their fold versus 5-bet is high. That indicates they're just over 4-betting ace jack ace queen off. So value you have with kings is pretty high as a call also, because you also with kings you unblock ace queen and ace jack. And whenever you see like high fold to 5-bet, you want to also check out the calling range just to see if you're gonna find like these queen jack suited hands. We also see we also saw because if you're gonna find a lot of these king 10 suited king jack suited queen jack suited type of hands, that indicates if he's gonna have this higher 4-bet is just gonna be the soft hands of ace queen off and ace jack off. I'm gonna call with the jack off. I'm gonna call the river. We're gonna jam the river here. We are trying to follow a hand like 9-10 or 9x or 8x. I don't think he's ever checking. His value portion of range is like 7-8, 7s and 8s and flushes. He's never checking there, so he's never trapping. So if he's check raising merge like a hand like an ace 8 or I don't know king 8 suited or whatever, or hand like 9-10 or 9 jack, a hand like 9-10 or 8x with a blocker, his range is wide. You see, like he's opening 70-60% from UTG 64. I think we have just a clear bluff and trying to follow whatever. Maybe he has pocket 10s without club, or 9x or 9-10, or pocket 6s that bluff raise the flop, whatever type of hand. Just trying to get rid of it. And when he checks, I'm jamming every overpair. I'm also jamming jacks. If I have a jacks I mean, yeah, I'm jamming actually any jacks, because people are especially like this aggro fishes not gonna trap there, so I'm just gonna jam because I want to. We're just gonna have, if we're not jammed in, we're just gonna have too much bluffs and we can be easily get called by pocket 10s here, even without blocker or hand like an 8, because we're just gonna be too much of ace king ace queen with the blocker in this situation. Ace jack what we had. But if we're gonna jam like kings aces, if we're gonna jam ace queen, if we're gonna jam king queen with the king of clubs, if we're gonna jam pocket jacks with the club, we're just gonna have really a lot of value and we are more balanced then, and then we can actually bluff more. It doesn't matter, fish will not gonna recognize it, but generally I think it's just better approach to, because they are unprotected, data shows it's unprotected. Aggro fish is never gonna check back, never gonna check river with a flush, never gonna check river with a set, and then they're just check river is gonna be mostly toward check fold, and maybe we'll try to bluff catch with I don't know hand like pocket 10s, or even like he can check raise pocket 6s with this 2x size. He also check raises as hand before, so he can just check raise merge with even like middle pair, pocket pair, whatever, and then on the river, if you have a lot of value, If you're gonna have a lot of value, then it has sense. We want to see if he's gonna have donking range. He has, and kind of merged. I'm gonna go with call it queens. We can raise queens, jacks, tens also. Let's see how he played donk plus turn. Donk flop bet turn 88%. Still top pair betting, okay. Don't like this. Donk bet is only 20%. Probably the worst river. Probably the worst river in a deck. Going with the 4.5x. King, queen 8. Pot size bet. I regret couple of hands. I regret deuces. We didn't do a hefty raise like a 5, 6x. Maybe even more. Just because like he's not checking over pair. But like even we don't care if he's checking over pair, but probably isn't. We have a set. It's basically a nuts. Like I actually like 10x raise, just to make him in such a tough spot with his ace blocker. Really big mistake. This is the biggest mistake. It cost us not much, but generally when you just think like he's just gonna call all of these hands, you just want to make the pot biggest as possible. It's gonna be a situation when it's pairs, he's gonna be committed going in. It's gonna be a situation where we're just gonna be checking the river like we did now, and when actually you're gonna just know, even if it goes fourth flush, he's just gonna always have the flush, so he can bluff you. There's nothing with bluffing with. So basically such a big mistake. Like I didn't get any value basically, and there's no way to get value if you don't raise really big on the turn. So huge mistake. Huge. But unfortunately it was one more big I made with queen 10. I didn't check out the HUD where the guy had a flush, a queen high flush, and only call 20% block on the river in a spot where we have all of these overpairs and we are blocking all of them. If I did check out the HUD, I could easily get here we actually have 1/3, and I think ace king is half or 1/3. We're gonna go half. It's a value bet on the flop. He should be folding deuces, threes, fours, having half of fives here, and he needs to continue with ace queen, ace jack, and let's go. I'm gonna go still half on the turn. He still needs to continue with ace queen pure. And ace king is on the 10. Actually, it's close. I'm gonna go check. Yeah, okay. I don't like this spot. Look at this. Clear fold against him. Ace king is basically really bad on the flop and on the turn. We're gonna also sometimes shove it on river. And this is not good. Bet check bet. I mean, he's wrapping kind of narrow. Let's go to see after check check turn in position. We're gonna have like pocket fours, pocket fives. That's basically it. King deuce is a call. He should be checking back like sevens a lot, 6x and 8x, that he can have more value than we need to start folding, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I just think he's gonna barrel 8x a lot and check with the 6x. Doesn't matter. He's having c-bet 56, so indicates he's not gonna be c-betting like a6. He's gonna be mostly c-betting like a 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 7, 6, 9 type. So doesn't have that much. Doesn't have that much 6x. The check back and go with the bet check bet line. This 4. Here we are mixing 50-50 with jacks, so going with the call. And we are mixing a check raise also. I'm gonna go with the check raise. Check raise size is 2.5, so something around this. Let's see what we had here. 5-9 suited. Like 6-9 we call. 5-9 is just really bad. 6-9 we can call. We'll try to find a new table. And we're gonna mark him also like this. Gonna give him the fish mark. Let's go 1 BB. Ace-9, I would bet on the river. Okay, we got the new. Now table will not gonna break. We're gonna go small. Gonna bet queen 8-8. Let's see his strategy. I want to see like how much on this type of board he's calling pocket pairs. So I want to see low pockets and I want to see on which boards he called it. Okay. It's important to see like on a queen 10-5 is he calling pocket fours, and king 8-7 is he calling pocket sixes or stuff like that. Button disconnected like king 4-8. Of course, he's calling 7s and 6s. Well, let's just bet with this. We can actually fold ace 4 against this guy. Check, check, back turn. I think he's stabbing like 6s, 7s, 8s on the flop for sure. So there's not many hands that he reps, so I'm gonna call. There's not many hands he's repping with his delayed turn. Like he's probably betting like 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s on the flop. And maybe pocket 4s. But that's basically, and that will never bet river. So he folded. Okay, we were right in our assessment. And I'm just gonna check jam with jack 9. And I'm gonna go like this, 12.5. Okay. Let's check call. Let's go 20. I think we're gonna call it off. He shouldn't be having 3s or 4s, and I think he's not jamming 9s. So very nice. Very weird hand. Doesn't have sense. We have an easy jam on the table number 6. He's looking like a 10x basically. We're gonna bluff all our like king queen with the backdoor draw hands. He looks like a 10, and he had a 10. He check raised it with a 9. I mean, he played it good. He played it really good. 9-10 is mixing check raise. You have a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. We just called, and you see like a lot of people will just raise immediately over it, and then probably he can let go of the 9-10. But now he's like thinking, okay, he just called. He's gonna probably float me a lot with his hands, and deuces cutting our value, cutting his value range. Now he's like not gonna have deuces. It's only one combo, so he's stuck with 7s. He doesn't have a 2 pair in the range. So all of these hands, all of these spots are just saying he's gonna have high frequency check on the turn. And when we bet, I think it's obvious that he's gonna basically mostly have a 10 or hand like maybe, but we are blocking hand like a 7, so mostly a 10. And then it depends, like he needs to defend 9-10, like this is his best. He has to defend it. I would always call it also, so. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go 10%. Makes the job done. Guys, really interesting session. The pots are flying. A lot of interesting hands. Let me see here. He goes immediately overbet on the flop. Really weird. This is his first c-bet. King 8 we're gonna call. We're gonna go 1/3 turn overbet river. And I'm gonna raise him here. And now I'm gonna actually go into the block river. We're gonna take his like 9s, 10s, jacks, queens. He goes from overbet flop to check turn. From overbet flop to smaller bet on the turn. I like this raise. We just want to get the money immediately. And table number 6, we're gonna check range. This is the spot when you are in sandwich between two ranges. Even how wide fish range is, you not gonna have range advantage on lower boards at all. But now we're just gonna raise it immediately. We're gonna immediately raise. Trying to build the pot immediately. He's also kind of passive from the first glance. If the reg call, I would call. But because now there's no need for protection of range or anything. He will just fold basically just pure garbage hands that he stepped. I don't think they are ever folding hands like 7s, 8s, or I don't know, flush draws, or he's just gonna continue with all of these hands. So basically, I just think there's just more value to immediately build the pot. Let's bluff with 5s. We're gonna have a lot of queen 10, king 10, 8 10. We're not gonna bluff that. So I just think on the river. I'm not getting any respect, guys. You see that? We are getting cold and cold and cold, and that's it. No respect. But okay. We just have to be aware how bad our image is, and that's it. And adjust to that. Because when we start to getting hands, we're starting to get the chips also. This guy looks really tight. I think this guy is also ready to surrender his stack. He was doing what he did with 3-7. He did what? He stepped 3-7, just bluff it, okay. I was just gonna call. Okay, I'm gonna fold against him. We're just gonna jam here. And just check back. So my plan, guys, is to make every week one video of our new series where I will break down the hand deeply, un-GTO hand. So Basically, I'm gonna show you how I exploit with how I do exploitation, which stats I connect, um, and how wide I go into that, and then we will compare that to the GTO. We can also do some node locking. I think it's gonna be really interesting because you will see, even if the hand is, basically we'll see the difference, and you will know then. Okay, I'm gonna just go block river. I actually gonna go 75. I think any queen can go like this, like queen jack, queen 10. And we're gonna go 27. So just call with aces. This is weird. We'll go like call with this. And let's go like this. Okay, here's call. Three 4-bet pots we slow played, 3 we lost. I mean slow played, 3 4-bet pots, we get it. I don't think we can fold against this guy on turn. Pretty sick. He squeezed with Jack 10 against UTG and call. Okay, now he needs to probably call for bet. But the guy looks so spewy. Guy just looks so spewy and so bad. I just think he's gonna also float a lot of hands like this guy had, like ace 10 suited, ace jack suited. Yeah, I'm in a real bad spot. All of these 4-bet pots we lost, and this, like, we lost 4 4-bet pots with basically nuts. Nothing good. That's the run. Like, you can do nothing about that. We had aces. We had 2 times aces. They have queens. He hit the jacks here. Jacks are actually half call. Jacks are half call, half 4-bet. So yeah. Jacks are half, and yeah. This is like super unlucky. Like 10s are mostly call, like 75% call, so he's not gonna have it. Jack 10 is not a 4-bet also. Here we're gonna call ace king, this combo. Yeah, pretty unlucky. With deuces we have a clear step turn there and bluff river. This is a fold with on the turn with Especially, look, I mean, he's kind of passive. He's aggressive on rivers, but he has some trash on the river bluffing, but only small pots. With the ace of hearts, I think we're folding. Yeah, a lot of the hands that we are beating now is gonna be screwed with the ace of hearts, and a lot of his bluffs gonna be come from this ace of hearts. So yeah, I really like how we played today, guys. I think we played really good, but to lose these 4-bet pots. With coolers, you can do shit. Yeah, we did run one into the kings into aces, and we had one aces into kings, which is okay, but these 4-bet pots are something you just can't do nothing about. But really unlucky, like he had jacks there. Super unlucky. And in that run of like now 800,000 hands that I played on iPoker in last year and something, year and a half basically, that I played on iPoker, I had this insane amount of these just hands that you can do nothing about, like in 4-bet pots lost with aces where they hit the set on the turn, they bluffing, hit the straight on the river, stuff like that where I slow play aces. So that you also don't see in the EV, and hands like set on set. In this I had like 45 times set or set, where I had middle set or better, which is insane. On this 8, I'm gonna go 24 2.5. So I just when I think when the run starts to be normal, when we start to run better, I think I'm gonna actually be around my win rate from stars. And here's little the rake is bigger, but the pool is much worse. So I can't wait actually to start to run better in these situations. We're gonna bet river. King 3 is a fault. And think about yeah, when he's doing a bigger size here, I'm gonna actually be toward slow playing more. So we're gonna have a lot of better hands on turns. So this guy showed up today. That's like on die poker. You have a lot of new accounts where they actually so he knows me. He just switched account, and that's happening a lot on iPoker. You have these tables that are just mixing accounts constantly. This is the that and scripts are something that is ruining iPoker. If there wasn't for griming, scripting, and this insane amount of changing, that's why I had so much. I had to go through like 350,000 hands to get decent sample. That's insane. Like I need to go that much to get decent sample, guys. And actually that's why the start was really rough, and the field is completely different than stars, completely different, much more spewier, bad in recognizing range versus range. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to start crushing these guys. We are close to 5 VBs now after that bad of the run. I think when it goes normal, it's gonna be fiesta, because I think this pool is actually. I mean, I played on iPoker. I played on Stars. I played on Winning Poker Network and Super Sports. This is the four sites that I play, and I think iPoker is worse than Stars a lot, worse than VPN a lot, and yeah. Let's see this guy. Like, look at this. Like, he's not gonna turn here pairs into bluffs, so we're just gonna go. We're gonna go 20%, 20%. We're gonna go. Let's go 8.8. Okay, that's what we want to accomplish to get. He's falling super a lot. His range is weak. Like, he's falling rivers insane amount. So we're just gonna go. Maybe one turn on the river is also okay. We're gonna go immediately or bet the flop. I'm gonna go 10.5 immediately. Huge range advantage, so we're gonna start with big bets. We can check turn. And we can now go for the rear bet. Half pot. Hand like ace king. I think like half pot there. Just like with the half pot, you're just turning his queen X. That's gonna be a lot of his range into a really tough spot, and he can still have king jack, and he's gonna raise it. So half pot like seems to me like the really good size. I'm gonna go 20. Maybe half pot is better, but okay. Maybe half pot is better. this is gonna be tough board. Okay, we win it. He jammed, which I think it's good. I also do it, and yeah. One cooler on us. 2-1 for today. On kings versus aces. Let's go with the check raise. Let's go small raise. Let's check turn. I think he'll now just have some piece of it, some pair like an 8 or pocket 7s or something like that. So we can jam like jacks, 10s. A lot of action today. This is one of the, from all of our videos, I think this is one of the most action. He should be folding a lot of deuces through 5s, like more than 60%. So we're gonna bet. Okay, I'm gonna go with bigger size to attack his pocket 6s through 10s. I'll call there. I mean, he's gonna call it. He should be folding some without a club, but a better one he's gonna call. He needs to call them all. And I'm gonna go 1/3 here and overbet turn. You can immediately overbet flop also, but his check fold is 99, so indicates his checking range is weaker, so that is the reason why I'm going 1/3. And now I'm just gonna go 175. And on the river, I'm just gonna go block river. We have pretty poor blockers, so just to fold up like queen 7 of diamonds. And I think it has sense, because when he goes with the big raise, his range is more polarized. When he's checking the turn, I mean, turn is a 6, so it's bad card for him, but his raise of the flop is more polar, so I think it has logic to go small on the river, just because when he raises here, he's kind of saying he has basically an ace jack, like his starting value is, when ace jack is calling also ace jack, 2 pair set. When he's checking back turn, yes, the turn is a 6, but basically he's mostly gonna be folding river, so small size has, to me just has more sense. I think he kept himself on turn, so yeah, I think the small size is the way to go. And we're gonna go 1/3 on the flop, call on the river with a7. you take polar size, polar ranges you attack with small sizes basically. We see a lot of aces against kings, a lot of today. On the big blind range, it's not a bad range because we're gonna have a lot of weak hands. We're gonna have a lot of 6-8 suited, 5-7 suited, 5-6 suited, 6-7 suited, Jack-7, Jack-8, Jack-9 suited. We're gonna have hand like Ace-10 off, King-Queen off. So a lot of weak hands are here. So that indicates our betting range is gonna be a lot of checking, tens. I don't see any sense in betting. We're just gonna try to show down. Okay. You see like how this guy tilted, like he's trying to 3-bet us to 10. It's like immediately see that this is not his usual size. When you go here, you actually see his usual size is it's 3x. So he's never using like 0.1 situations he's using it, but so that's indicate immediately tiltedness. He also was tilted yesterday, and yeah, that indicates you're not. Whenever you're changing your game like that, indicates you're weak. You need to be, whatever happens in session, you need to play your best possible game. Tilt happens, but usually when I'm tilting, I'm usually always tilting when so my usual tilt is when somebody plays terrible and wins a hand. That's where it start to tilting me insanely a lot. So that's the worst. Like when somebody plays really good and gets the pot, overplays me or whatever, even if he gives me a bad beat, but he played a hand really good, I have nothing against it. I just feel really good. He played hand good. He win the hand. He maybe suck out. Doesn't matter. I also wanted to just jam the turn because this guy will in a okay. Has sense. Squeeze with ace 4. Yeah, I think he played it good. I think he's just c-bet on the flop, in my opinion. This is just a good board for checking. I would go like 25% on the flop. Too good of the board for your range. He's really wide. I'm also pretty wide. So I think just c-bet, then you can check turn because the turn is one of the worst cards. That's how I think he should be played. Let's go with the check raise here. On this pair board, you're going to be check raise smaller size. 50% pot is usually best. And we're going to go 12 here. And call here with tens. So we usually, when I get tilted, it's when this happens. And usually when fish does it, I don't care that much. But when Rex play completely shitty, and whenever like that happens, that's when I get tilted. But yeah, but I would just then like burst, say like how he played that shitty and win, but I will not change my game. If something is like making it, we're gonna call because of him. go 7. But I can feel these things like in game immediately when I notice when they change sizes, change their usual. It's like he's having a c-bet range here. He should be checking range. He's also using trash, king 10 on ace 5-9. We should be having a raising range immediately. Our hand is not that great as a raise, so we're not gonna raise this. But we're gonna have raising range. And just check back. And we're just gonna call river. I was thinking if he checks, do we go for value? I think I would. Just because I have too much bluffs. Fortunately he has pocket nines. Has us beat, but not for much. Not for much. Here I'm just gonna be betting really a lot of hands. We want to be betting, so yeah. We're gonna bet queen jack. Board where it's good for us. All of these high cards, two broadways, really good because our range has a lot of equity. We have pocket tens, pocket jacks, kings, queens, aces. In position doesn't have these hands. So yeah, we can just bet a lot. I'm using bigger size there. I think it has sense. With bigger size, you're putting more pressure on pocket pairs, on 10x hands. Even immediately, you're putting kind of pressure with 75% even on top pairs. Not that he's gonna fold the flop, but you know, you're still putting it, because after betting the flop, usually it's gonna be coming a lot of big bets and overbets on the turns. So a lot of opportunities to put pressure on later streets. So immediately I think, especially pocket pairs and middle pairs, are starting to feel uneasy. Middle pairs, you're still gonna continue. You're still gonna continue, of course, with top pairs. But on turns, you will start to fold out middle pairs, even some top pairs, because strength of your range. Okay, we're gonna trip it there with ace queen. I also plan, I hope, for a quick move up. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. I had really a lot of work with the HUD. My developer in the last few updates put 350 hours, and a lot of these hours I worked also. So we just wanted to make the best HUD in the world, and we have the best HUD for hand to note, and we did a lot of work. The HUD is currently with the new update, it's gonna be the best, and then I will have more time. Finally I will have more time for playing. And we're gonna go like this and playing, studying, and then I hope. I just feel in last 12 months I learned the most I ever learned through our study group on Discord, through the guys. When I was in this swing, when I transferred from Poker Stars to iPoker, it was like I was crashing on stars easily, and I come to iPoker and I noticed the guys are a lot weaker than stars guys, but they were playing so bad and they managed to win, and it tilted me really a lot. It really tilted me a lot, but you just have to go through it, through that swing, and a lot of guys from Discord just helped me. They were really helpful. We studied together, learned together, and they they just told me just it's gonna be, it's gonna pass, it's gonna pass, and yeah. But it was pretty long time, and for me, I just noticed whenever I don't have the sample, I don't play my A game. That's the problem. I don't have the sample, I don't have the reads, I don't see their ranges immediately from the HUD, and it's starting to make me problems. I choose then a general strategy, and like you see today with that hand where I had H Jack, that's the general strategy. We're going to go sometimes block, but I didn't go and check up the player. Against this player, you never want to block. You want to, against him, always block with the hands that you want to go with the showdown with, and he's gonna call a flush, so you're gonna go with showdown with. You're gonna go on showdown with all of these overpairs against his flushes. That's perfect, but you don't want to be balanced against him. Why would you want to have not flush uh, to protect your overpairs? Because he's not gonna raise a flush, so it has zero sense to be balanced. That's the thing. And these are the things that has really high really high effect on your win rate. And that's why without sample I was and are we gonna go block call shove. This guy is capable of bluffing, so perfectly played. I played against him a lot and I feel his tiltiness. And this is like when I get to know somebody and I have reads, then it's much easier. But it's really weird the guy didn't overbet here. Look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna go actually raise here. I'm gonna go actually raise here. I think he's overbetting ace king, two pairs. So we're just gonna go pot with the ace jack and the ace of spade. And we're gonna jam the river. The action is starting to dying. It's now close to 3 a.m. Is this one called? It's never a pot size here. So again, I think he's just tilted. I'm just gonna go jam. We have combo draw. He's just tilted, so I would just jam it any like 7x pocket eights. I would just go jam. because you can feel the tiltiness. I'm just going to transfer it here. So because I put him on the boards that you should put, he goes put me on the board you should never be putting, you should be betting smaller. I'll call those 4. Betting big. I'll call. King 8, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna try to add one more table, but currently just appeared one table, but okay, King 8, I'm just gonna check. Just appeared and the scripters immediately got in. Immediately. I'm gonna go small. And immediately the scripters go in. So as soon as the fish appeared, they go in. Okay. We're close to 4 hours. I'm gonna go like this. This guy is only 10%. We're gonna go small. We're gonna go small here. I'm gonna go with, I think, half. One-third. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish the video. I'm gonna play a little more against this guy, but tables are basically breaking, so that will be it. I hope you liked the video. I really hope you liked the video, and please, if you like it, subscribe, give like, and tell me about comment about everything else you wanted to know. So what you want to see in the next videos, and he's crazy to take all-in cash out against us. It's crazy. You don't want to do it. Okay. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. I told you about this new idea about the new series about unjit your hands. I'm gonna start with the next video, this new series, and if you have any more ideas, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want to see that of GG, how to basically I'm gonna go pot here. Call. If you want to see that series of GG network, just let me know, and we're gonna do it. Which limits you want to see? Which type do you want to see? Leak finder? Do you want to see, like I tell you, to make it in more shorter videos? Just let me know, and we will try to arrange it. Which limits, whatever, just tell me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time, and I see you really quickly in the next video. Bye.